Hi everyone, we're Group POSIX, and this is our application for the UTeM mobile app, Android mobile app design competition. The topic we have chosen for this education team is chip design, especially VLSI design, as a educational resource to help Malaysian students everywhere get into this industry, because there's a shortage of online materials that can help students get a grasp of how the industry really works and topics that are relevant to help them get the necessary information to break into this industry from outsider's perspective. There's a steep learning curve when entering this industry, and so we've come up with what we think is a solution to help them gain a strong fundamental in the basics of VLSI design, and also a perspective in the history of the chips that have come before through Moore's law, so that they are prepared to work in this industry as interns or full-time employees. We are taking a three-pronged approach to teaching chip design. Our first feature is a quiz concept that goes over basic circuit fundamentals. It's a trivia-based approach that grinds the fundamentals down through MCQ questions and teaches them through practice some basics of the chip design process, as well as an archive of articles and some other material on the design flow and other VLSI concepts, and also a chip gallery that holds array of information like schematics and diagrams which are to be implemented, as well as specifications for existing chips for them to gain familiarity as to how previous generations of chips work and how they compare to what they'll be designing in the industry today. I'll let San take over and explain how the latter two elements of our app function. San.
So one of the main features of our app is going to be the chip gallery. So the intention behind this is it's easier to inspire people if they can see from the physical chip photos of how we have progressed from, let's say, an integrated circuit of around 1,000 logic gates to now we have trillions in a single chip. So when we click the chip gallery, we'll see a list of chips that will be ordered. So these chips will be categorized into 4 types: CPU, GPU, DRAM, and IO for now. So the user should be able to filter and select from these kind of categories to filter out the chips that are displayed here. Also, later on, they will be able to sort the chips by several factors, which are some of those might be the year release or the number of transistor count. So for this one, it's implemented using a recycler view, which has cards inside of it. So the card will have the image view and text view for each of the individual chips. So by clicking on a chip, it will bring into the detailed page of that particular chip. So we have, let's say, for our chip number 1, there will be a slideshow of its photos, schematics, and diagrams. And then there will be about section, which explain what is the historical importance of the chip, or why is it so significant in the history of the chip. And then after it, we'll have a section on the specifications of the chip. So here we will have a list of attributes and their corresponding values. So these could be, for example, the name of the chip, the vendor, the year it was released, the number of transistor count, the function, the area, the die area, etc. So the user will be able to navigate all of these and then give a sense of how we have progressed so far. So aside from the chip gallery, we will also develop a VLSI concepts learning session. The goal of the VLSI concept learning session is to introduce students with the flow, VLSI process flow, and the necessary concepts required to excel in the field. So this includes all the steps from system specification to logic synthesis to physical design implementation and GDSI to tape out process. So next, I'll hand it over to Johan to go over the quiz session of our apps. Okay.
Okay, hello everyone. My name is Tan Yang Heng, and I will be presenting the lessons part of our software. This is still this is planned for future release, but I will explain the concept in this video. So for this, we will have this archive system where the user will select one of these archives or one of the texts that contains that has the text for the circuit circuit fundamentals, and also various concepts that that is arranged in a pretty normal layout. And also there will be a test for each text at when the user decides that he is ready. Okay, so first, if I click on this, you will notice that there will be text and images. So the text is scrollable in the right hand side, and then there's also this one to select different chapters for a single text in the archive. Okay, so upon selecting the text, if figures is scrolled and then it is the top of the scroll view, it will be the relevant figure will be portrayed in this square box here, in this image view here, which can be enlarged to view the full picture. Okay, as for testing feature, you can press quiz here to enter this to enter the quiz, and then there will be an array of questions that will test the user understanding of this circuit. So like for example, what is the circuit? And then if the answer is and then every answer will be selected in sequence, and then there will be a result in the end. Okay, so that is all. That's a more conventional approach to help the users get a more grounded or structured or more a less flashy or a less graphical approach, a more solid way to gain this knowledge. So that is it for my part. I will pass back to Ryan. Thank you.
The app at this point is a proof of concept that we hope to improve in the future to be more tailored to our Malaysian chip design landscape. That is, to prepare our university students for working in design companies like Opstar and Skychip, who are working on HBM and NOC technologies that we wish to tailor our content to prepare them for. Especially in this case, in addition to the circuit material that Yao Heng has presented in his lesson section, we also intend to add further material on Verilog coding in logic design, and also some material on physical design to fully round users of our app to working in any department in the chip design company. And with that, we hope to prepare students overall to be more, what do you say, not only prepared, but so that when they enter these companies, they come with a skill set and also a foundational knowledge base to effectively contribute on the spot, and also save a lot of time for them to be trained. And hopefully, eventually, with more graduates in these fields, can lift Malaysia out the value chain and bring us into higher end semiconductor design, rather than the manufacturing sector that we're currently engaged in. Thank you very much. We are POSIX, Team POSIX, and this is our app that we have put forth for the Android mobile app development competition. Thank you.